Hey man, what's up? I tried to send you a text response to your comment, but it was too long, so I have to do one of these. Try to make it brief. But anyway, I don't actually think you're being racist at all. There's nothing racist about what you said. Um, in fact, for the most part, I think you're probably kind of right. If you view the UFC or whatever, I mean, you see mainly a white audience at present. There's quite a few other ethnic groups that are watching too there, but kind of white dominated. I agree with that for the time being. But if you look at the actual fights, or if you go to UFC.com and check out the fight cards, you see you know a growing rate of fighters actually, uh, you know, showing up from multiple ethnic groups. And actually, when you look at the fighters, I mean, I think it's kind of even Steven, really. I mean, as far as white people or whatever who fight versus you got your Brazilians, you've got a few Asians in the UFC, you have some African American people, some black people from other countries, things like that. People of Hispanic origin. There's a lot of them. A lot of different people, and I think that through that, you know, as we start to get into the championships and things like that, the popularity of the sport is going to grow well beyond like race or whatever. I mean, it's gonna grow well beyond just any actual ethnic group at all. I think people in general, as they catch on, will just start to kind of gravitate towards it, and it won't really matter. I mean, I don't know what it is about the whole majority of white fans liking it, rather than other ethnic groups. I just think that a lot of those ethnic groups just haven't just discovered the sport yet. Um, it was no different with boxing. I mean, after a while, I mean, boxing, I mean, just everybody loves it, kind of thing. And I think that given enough time, UFC will be the same thing, or MMA should I say would be the same thing. Um, just give it a little bit of time, and it'll end up being that way. But but no, I don't think you're being racist at all. And and also talking about the whole striking aspect of MMA. That there's no true boxing in mixed martial arts. Um, I kind of agree with you, and also respectfully disagree with you on that point. Um, a lot of striking that goes on in the world of MMA is a lot of wild striking. Just big old haymakers throwing, hoping to win. Hoping to connect and hoping to get a knockout or whatever it is, or leg kicks, whatever. But I think really it just depends on the level of the skill of the fighter themselves. Who is it that we're looking at actually who's fighting? And I would invite you. Um, I mean, I could name a few fights where there's very good boxing displayed, but the most recent fight that I've seen where I was just astounded by the boxing level of the fighter was actually being utilized by a wrestler. So if you go and find, it's probably here on YouTube somewhere. I'm sure somebody's got it posted legally up there somewhere, but you can probably find somewhere on here the recent fight between Quentin, sorry, Randy Couture, and Tim Sylvia. And Tim Sylvia has a huge height and reach advantage against Randy Couture. I mean, the guy's 6'8", he towers over Randy, and there's a ridiculous reach advantage, legs, arms, all that. And if you take the time to look at that fight, and observe his bobbing, weaving, head movement, the way he put together his combinations, and the way he threw his strikes, pinpoint accuracy, ultimately that facilitated him being able to weaken and ultimately defend his opponent. That's one really good example. I mean, I wish I could kind of just throw some more out there, but But there is legitimate boxing in mixed martial arts. You just have to kind of, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that all mixed martial arts artists, possess that. But as the sport evolves, and as boxing becomes more important in the sport, we're going to see a lot more legitimate boxing happening in MMA. You just have to kind of look for it right now. It's still a young sport. So, I mean, my personal opinion is I wish more of these guys would learn more judo. Judo throws are a huge tool that could be used. You just don't see enough of it in mixed martial arts. I mean, I sit and watch fights, and guys get pinned against the fence, and there's this Greco clinch going on or something, and I'm thinking, God, you got your hands wrapped around this guy's waist, and his arms are free and flailing. You need to grab one of those arms, and switch your hips and toss that guy over your shoulder and land into side control. There's a whole lot of things that can change and that will change, in the coming years of mixed martial arts. But anyway, no, man. No, I mean, I didn't take anything you said as racist. I mean, it's for the most part, you're true. You're right. So, no, I got no problem with what you said, bro. Speaking of racism, man, I'm kind of wondering what you guys think about this. Does anybody besides me wish we can all just turn purple? You know, then there would be no more, racism out there. No more bigotry, evil bullshit. Well, maybe not purple. Maybe orange with, blue stripes and mauve polka dots. There you go. Anyway, you guys take care. Be good, man, and I'll talk to you soon. You guys take care of yourselves. Later. Now, how do I shut this thing off again? I swear.